Hey guys, so One Piece is getting a live-action TV series, and for some reason, a lot of people are really upset about this. You know, they think it's dumb, they don't think it'll work. I, for one, am super excited for this. I think this could be the greatest TV show of all time. So in order to get more people excited and optimistic, I decided to make a list of the definitive casting for all of the main characters. If all things go as planned, then the producers will see this video, they'll see that I have some great ideas, then they're going to cast everyone I mention in the video, and if that happens, then trust me, the One Piece TV series will be the greatest thing that has ever happened since Ed Sheeran's cameo in Game of Thrones.
She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then...
So we're starting off with none other than Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will become King of the Pirates, portrayed as, of course, former Disney star Shia Labeouf. Now, you're probably thinking, well, this is a bit crazy. I mean, Shia, he's sort of gone off the deep end recently, and I mean, he only got arrested the other week, so why on earth would you pick him? You see, unlike most actors, Shia just has a ton of energy and determination, you know, to fight for what he believes in, just like Luffy does. This man will stop at nothing to protect his friends, and I just think he would be an excellent choice. Now, obviously, he would need to, you know, shave off his beard here, grow out his hair a bit. Of course, they'll put a scar on using makeup, special effects. Now, you might also be thinking that he's a bit too old to play Luffy. I mean, when the series starts, Luffy is only 17 years old. But the thing is, because this series will be running for decades, I think they are going to go for a bit of an older cast, make the characters a bit older, just because not much time passes in the story of One Piece, and when the actors are older, it's easier to make it seem like they haven't aged very much. So moving on, we have Charlie Wright as Robin. Now, if you don't know who Charlie Wright is, he is an up-and-coming actor. He's probably best known for his role as Roderick in the newest and excellent Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. And I mean, that movie just blew me away. He definitely gave an Oscar-worthy performance here. And I mean, when it comes to Robin, the resemblance is just uncanny. I really do think he could do an excellent job as Robin. You wouldn't even have to change the gender, because he could really pass as both male or female. Moving along, we have Karen Gillan as Nami. Now, Karen Gillan, I think, is the perfect choice for Nami. I think she could play her extremely well, and not just because she's the only actress I could find with the same hair color. You know, she's in a lot of nerdy things, you know, Doctor Who, Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think One Piece will be anything crazy for her. So there you have it, good shit. Moving along, we have, of course, Logan Paul as Sanji. This is probably the most perfect casting you can ask for. Logan Paul is just a superstar. He's one of the best actors around at the moment, and I mean, just look at them. He has Sanji's exact hair. All you gotta do, push the hair down, covers his eye, and he's basically Sanji. You know, give him a cigarette, loop his eyebrow around, and there you go. Now, I also think his brother Jake would be excellent for the role, but I think once they get around to the Whole Cake Island arc, then Jake Paul can be implemented into the story. Now, I'm not the first person to come up with his next casting choice, but we, of course, have Jared Leto as Zoro. Or I should say Zolo, because that's probably what his name is going to be. And, of course, the main reason for this is, like, how many other actors do you know with green hair? I mean, come on. And from the 5 minutes that he was in of Suicide Squad, I mean, it's just clear to see that he can definitely pull off the type of character that Zoro embodies. I really just think this is an excellent match. Moving on, we of course have Boo, the world's cutest dog, as Tony Chopper. Now, I'm really sorry for dog washing. I know that Chopper is a reindeer. The problem here, though, is that I looked up some reindeer actors, and most of them are just washed out at this point. None of them are really relevant anymore. I know Boo is a dog, but come on, he is an absolute superstar. I definitely think he could pull off Chopper extremely well. Next up, we have Dave Bautista as Frankie. The main reason for this is because Dave here, he already has some cybernetic enhancements going on, and I feel like that would save the studio a lot of money. But I mean, you know, he was also great in Guardians of the Galaxy. You give him a blue wig, he's basically the splitting image of Frankie. Now we have the King of Pop, Michael Jackson as Brooke. Now, there are a few big reasons why I think this match is just amazing. For one, they of course look very similar. For another, they are of course both musicians. And probably the most important reason is that they are of course both dead. Moving on, we have Lotus here as Usopp. Now, if you don't know who Lotus is, he is an up-and-coming, super famous YouTuber. I really do think that in a couple years, once they are finally casting for this series, he will definitely be as popular, if not more popular, than the Paul brothers. so I definitely think he has a good chance to be cast as Usopp. And I mean, come on, they have pretty much the same haircut. All this really has to do is shave his facial hair. You know, they'll give him a makeup nose or something, or he could, of course, just grow his out. Coming up here, we have, of course, Brown Jinbei himself as Jinbei. I really don't think there's anyone else they could possibly cast as Jinbei. Even if all of these castings are wrong, this is one that absolutely has to stay there. Because I'm pretty sure when Oda gave them permission to adapt One Piece into live action, this was his one condition. He said, listen, I don't care what you do, but you have to cast my boy for Neverworld as Jinbei. Next up, we have the man who started it all, none other than red-haired Shanks, played by, of course, the legend Hiro Mashima. Now, I think this is a great choice. So we do know that Mashima is a huge fan of red-haired Shanks, the character, since he actually made him a character in Fairy Tail. And speaking of Fairy Tail, it's over now, so Mashima is sort of out of a job. He needs something else to occupy his time, and I think him being in the One Piece live-action series is just a wonderful, wonderful choice for him. Mainly because then he can stop writing manga. Next up, we have the big baddie of the series, Blackbeard, portrayed by, of course, O.J. Simpson. Now, here's the thing. O.J.'s been in prison for a while. I believe he's getting out in October or something. Problem is, he's kind of too old to play football now, so I don't really see him going back to that, but I think acting in the One Piece live-action series would be an excellent choice. I know he has a bit of gray hair going on, but you know, you can just dye that. He'll grow out a beard, lose a few teeth, and then he's basically Blackbeard. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have Amy Schumer as Big Mom. So obviously this won't be the full cast, as there are hundreds of characters in One Piece, but I really hope that this list opened up your eyes to the greatness that the One Piece live-action series could achieve if cast properly. Please go share this video with the producers of the show. Let them all know that this is what you want, and believe me, when this show finally airs, it will make history.